We're gonna do another one of them there reacting to your setups video, because last time I did it, I thought it was gonna suck and it got lots of views, and then you guys were like, do more, this is great. Maybe it is you guys are just desiring something with a little bit of substance, like I said last time. We actually give you some advice on how to make your systems better. Not just sit around and make fun of it, like other people like to do, where apparently it's easy to judge people from up on high while you're surrounded by things that are just handed to you for free. Of course your system's gonna look great when everything's just given to you. And then you have the audacity to make fun of people's setups? No. No, Kyle, we're not doing that today. I bought everything I've ever had. No one's ever sent anything for review ever. Having trouble figuring out the right parts for your next build? Then the Custom PC Builder at microcenter.com is just for you. Micro Center's free Custom PC Builder tool guides you through choosing the correct components from start to finish and ensures maximum compatibility for a trouble-free installation. Smart search features allow you to customize your build based on anything you wish, including price, features, and store availability. And once you're ready to purchase, the items in your cart will be reserved and ready for pickup at the Micro Center store of your choice. Not sure which parts are right for you? Well, then head to Micro Center's community forums for help and advice from other PC enthusiasts like yourself. To get started planning your next build and to check out the free Custom PC Builder tool, head to the link in the description below. All right, so as usual, Phil's behind the camera doing Phil stuff, but he can see everything I see. So we're gonna kind of like go over your systems together here. It's gonna be difficult because you can see the tweet right here. I said, it's that time again, 1.4K replies, 1,400. And then we started this video yesterday, actually. We decided to do it again today, and there were 700 replies. So there's twice as much as there was yesterday. We're gonna get through all 1,400 today. I don't have a rhyme or a reason to this. I don't have a, I'm looking for the worst setups, that way I can make fun of you. I'm not looking for the cleanest setup so you can feel bad about yours. I'm just kind of going through here to see what catches my attention so that I maybe can give you guys some advice on making your systems look better, function better, perform better, just feel better, without having to put a whole lot of effort into it, I guess. Sometimes the obvious things elude us because we're too close to it. And then those of us that are kind of outside or step back, we're able to see a little bit easier on some things that are going on here. We're gonna start right here at the top. This is clearly a cabinet PC. These are always kind of cool. It's clear that this guy built this into like a home theater setup here. It's ASRock board, it's from DC McLover. It's ASRock B450M Pro, 3600. I bet you we're gonna see a ton of Ryzen systems and far too many Lee and Lee Dynamic O11s. I'm telling you right now, that case, it's like, I could never personally use it now. It is far too trendy. But anyway, moving on. Mounted GPU on door as not to block intake fans. Oh, they're the intake fans on the side right here. I was like, where are the intake fans? Okay, so that's a thing. I'm gonna assume that this is just a home theater PC with a very probably overkill GPU for that. Maybe dust your cabinet a little bit. Maybe clean up some of them fingerprints or something, whatever that is right there. Or keep going from there. I prefer the pictures where I can see your whole setup. I mean, obviously we're a PC channel in terms of computers. We're not very PC around here, but yeah, I like to see the entire setup. So this is his not perfect cable management, but it works for now. It's a dual PC stream setup, which is unneeded, but it works for me. All right, wow. That is when I just wanna kick back, throw my feet up and just stream, I guess. I hope that's what you're doing when you're streaming, like talking. Hope you're not doing anything else in that chair because that's a really interesting position for a live stream. I think this is a common mistake people make when they're like, I'm gonna sound treat a room. You don't have to cover the walls in sound treatment. You only need to cover the reflections. Like, so basically, if you're talking into this microphone right here, talking at that monitor, you would want to place the sound treatment here. And then you could do like some bass traps in the corner, because here's a problem. You don't have any bass traps in this corner right here, but you do have the sound treatment. And what happens with this type of setup is you get a real tinny sound. And if you have bass traps in there, it actually does a really good job of stopping reverb, but it doesn't kill the midtones and the highs in your voice, which this setup will. So I see this all the time. People think they have to just completely wallpaper their wall with sound deadening material. It's just totally unnecessary. You clearly need to cable manage better, but I have to ask, why did you sound treat under your desk? Are you worried about farts being picked up on your stream? So it's a hardwood floor in this room. And that means you're like, I've got reverb, I've got a handle. You should throw a rug down here. You'd be surprised how much sound is bouncing off your ceiling and your floor, and you spent all this effort on your wall when really under you matters as much as what's in front of you. So I would put a rug or something on there, some sort of throw. That way you'd be surprised at how much better your sound will be. And that's about all I would suggest. Okay, what do we got here? What are your thoughts on this? Roast this build, haha. Nope, sorry, I'm not Kyle. I actually care about your guys' builds. He's got a really clean setup here. He doesn't say what case this is though, does he? The problem with cases like this, it's really difficult to make them look filled out. You know, he's got these tubes going across this distro plate, which is kind of nice. That sort of fills it up a little bit. I really think you need to reroute these cables for the GPU. This is not working for me right here. I mean, there are grommets over here. This grommet right here, believe it or not, this is designed for the ITX system that you would put here because this is intended to be a dual system build if you wanted to. I think he's trying to show off his sleeved cables more. So he's kind of like, I want to show them, but all you really did was kind of make them look bad, honestly. All right, so there's another complete setup here. Nothing special, another Ryzen 1600. I'm gonna have to do like the Intel edition just to see if anyone's still running Intel systems these days. Oh my God, they're all Ryzen. All Cooler Master Master QL300L Master Master Q Cooler Master Master Cooler.
You forgot Maker.
Oh, Maker's in there, yeah. And 34-inch MSI 1440. Ooh, I should get this for Nebula. It's clean, it's got his blue snowball.
Decent cable management. Looks good.
Yeah, the cable management's really good. It's clearly got a track right there. I'm too fat. I wouldn't be able to sit at a desk this narrow though. Like, I like to man spread when I play.
Yeah, and I swing around a lot too, so I always bash my knees against tables like that.
I can't man spread in this desk. That's not gonna work for me. Oh, he's like Magic the Gathering player. Look at this. Magic the Gathering. I don't know anything about it. I just recognize the cards. Oh, and this would bug me too. Look at this. He's got his webcam, like, right in the center of his monitors.
It's for the Magic card game. Look, he's like.
Oh, because he's okay. Yeah. Wait, how do you digitally play a tabletop game like that? Like, does the app like recognize the card? That's cool, especially right now when like tabletop gaming gathering can't happen.
Yeah.
Right. And so, okay, I see what's happening. So it's not a game that's like capturing their cards. It's just they're like a Zoom call or something.
Yeah.
And they're just showing their card setups. We really got off topic on that one. That's fine. Cool setup there. Ooh, a 4790K system. I mean, he's got obviously some nice theming going here. This is clearly a very zombie type theme. I like the red. This kind of looks intestine-y, huh? Like guts.
Yeah, I think that's why like he tied them together. Like they're looped in with each other.
And then with them being red. Yeah, actually we saw his build in the last video, but he didn't make the cut. Fine, we'll let him in this time because he caught my attention twice. He deserves it. Remember we were like, oh look, there's LEDs under the bottles lighting up his bottles.
Yeah,
and then he's got Lucille up here. So clearly he's a Walking Dead fan. No, it's a clean build. I kind of like the way this twisted look is. So he's probably using those the cable mod like sleeving kit like I reviewed way back in the day to get that. That's cool. Okay, so clean setup. One thing I would suggest cleaning up these cables, go back, watch my video about how I set up my room at home and the channel I made to put the RGB lighting in. You could use that same concept to hide these cables. That way you don't have these black cables showing against this white wall and this white shelf right here. It'll be a lot cleaner looking. Because clearly you sleeved it over here, although it's a big black sleeve on a white wall. You could actually make it look real good up here. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so as a Ryzen 2700, Intel's dead now, aren't they? Wow, if this doesn't just tell you how much momentum AMD has, 2060, I feel like that's an awfully expensive case for a card that's, like the case is almost as much as the card. All right, so here's the setup. It's clearly clean. I'm gonna start with this right here on the setup. One, I'm gonna try and not be bothered today by the mismatched panels next to each other. I'm starting to think I'm a rare breed that cares about matching panels. Did you know that you can go down to the hardware store and you can actually buy those laminate strips that you can then cut down to put on the edge of wood like that? That way, if you were to cut any shelving and stuff out of MDF, you can put the laminate on there to make it look pretty. So you can actually cover that up with just a cheap piece of laminate. And it's self-adhesive, or you can even nail it on. Trust me when I say a couple of bucks goes a long way on cleaning something like that up right there. I'm not gonna lie, silver and blue look really good on that.
No, yeah, it really does. It's crazy how different to the edit rig it looks.
Yeah, because this is black and orange.
Yeah.
So you can see right here, the back of that desk does go all the way to the floor. And ironically, he does have some cables poking out right there. Okay, so he's got air cooler. It's a big case for air-cooled stuff. Let me just say that. Even looks good with the lights off. All right, that's a good build. My only recommendation on this one, honestly, go get yourself some laminate stripping. Heck, Black Sharpie that. Black Sharpie this even if you don't want to go to the store, if you just don't want to go outside or whatever. You can do the same thing on this edge right here. Trust me, that will go a long, long way.
I like the name though, name's awesome.
Named after a character in Tron Legacy. See, I haven't seen Tron.
The first one or both?
I haven't seen any of the Trons.
What?
Says the guy who hasn't seen Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, I know, but like...
Who said that you could eat my cookie? What else we got here? Ooh, look at this. I mean, like my eyes are really drawn to the clean setups today. So it looks like a very similar color to what's in my office. A little bit more gray though, mine has a bit of blue in it. Looks like we probably got a very traditional IKEA top going here with a probably Alex drawers. This is a thermal take open air type of setup. You can wall mount this too if you wanted. I feel like for such a clean build, it's kind of like time, maybe time for a monitor upgrade. Like I feel like an LG panel would actually fit this setup really well because of the silver bezels and stuff. What's the rest of his system look like? Okay, so he's got white cables on there, looks real good, vertical mount. Oh, he's got the...
It says husband and wife setup, so there might be 2 computers in this.
Yeah, so it's the NZXT cooler there. No, that's all the pictures we got. So are they just sharing?
Oh, they're identical systems, but
yeah,
the other one has the same... Look at the RAM.
Yeah, all the fans are different too. See, these are not RGB
so
fans.
his is white and black, and then hers is that...
No, what do you want to bet hers is the one that actually has aesthetics to it?
That's what I'm saying. His is white and black, and then hers is set up teal and purple.
Well, I assume hers is also white and black if the lights are off.
Yeah, but the lights are on in the husband's PC. I'm talking about the lighting, dude. Like, the computer's on.
Are they the same motherboard too? Yeah, they're identical. Yeah, see, they're so similar. It actually threw me off. I thought I was looking at the same computer. You did good. You trolled me because I thought I was looking at the same computer with lights off, but then the lights were on, so I'm just dumb. Good job there, Brandy. You can tell it obviously took a woman's touch to make that one pretty. Sorry to your husband. This is an example of function over form. Okay, so this is a PlayStation right here. So he's like, I gotta put my computer on the floor. Screw it, I'll stick it on cardboard, which is fine, because typically if I have to put a computer on the floor, what I'll do is I'll put I'll go to the Home Depot or whatever and get a piece of wood or a shelf, like a pre-cut shelf, and then just put that down and put the computer on that. So clearly he's doing that to keep from picking up dust. I don't remember Corsair ever making such an ugly cooler though. Like this has gotta predate any of our current stuff that we have. Like look at the radiator, that's not even a standard rad anymore. Like this is like a thicker rad than they normally use. Interesting. Does he say what cooler it is? No, he doesn't. Okay, it's just. All right, well we're gonna go ahead and just leave it at the lotion there and move on, because there's lotion on the desk.
Hey, what else are you gonna do with a 32-inch 4K panel? Come on.
Cologne and then lotion, for when you wanna smell nice for your 5-fingered date.
Every time I see the Vans logo, it just looks like square root of ends.
Square root of ends.
Yeah, see, like that.
I'm never gonna unsee it now. Yeah. Ultra wide angle.
What?
Maybe
that side monitor curved is.
Again, clean your desks off before you take these pictures. I mean, that's a pretty cool gaming room though.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's a place where you clearly can just like have your friends over and chill. Just hang out.
Move the little table for VR.
Wall-mounted air conditioner, because you know how hot it probably gets in there with all that gaming shit. Like I can tell you my gaming room definitely gets warm. Look at this system. So this was actually a Cooler Master deal here where-
the tilted GPU?
Yeah, but I don't remember seeing one mounted there. I wonder if he custom made that, because they had one here that would go vertical and then would go at an angle. I don't remember seeing one in the middle right there. But if you have plenty of airflow, who cares, right? If it's just blowing air through the cooler and needs to be exhausted by the case, get custom and put it somewhere. I like this etching that he did here. NVIDIA fanboy!
What? AMD
fanboy! Team Group fanboy! That's an Aorus cooler.
Aorus fanboy!
See, this is clever. When you just need more desk space, you get yourself an IKEA TV stand, and then you get yourself a height adjustable Beckett, stick it in front of it. There, ultra deep desk.
Like I said, no, the monitor is not too big. It's like
says the guy with a 65-inch computer monitor for my own setup right here at the office. And no, it's not a TV. It's a BFGD. It's a 144 hertz 4K G-Sync panel. All right, moving on to the other pictures. Oh, look at that. Look at the Game Boy collection.
Dang, OG Game Boy.
Behind the glass, he cares.
Another Steam controller. Well, I don't know if he uses it because it's in the display case, but Steam controller user. There are dozens of us.
He's German.
Der Ring.
Der Ring?
Der Ring.
Did you say Der Ring?
Look, read it. It says Der.
Der Herr der Ringe.
Der Wiener Schnitzel.
Tolkien der Herr der Ring. Oh, there's I like his little Witcher thing there. I need to give some sort of suggestion though, right? I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. I guess maybe take Planty out from the corner. Maybe stick him somewhere you can be seen a little better. Oh, hey, I see his Mayflower model. Have you built it yet? Build it. I bet you the rigging on that's gonna suck. I really don't have any suggestions for this, do you?
No, it looks good. Dope setup.
Such a clean, my minimalist gaming and video editing system. I personally feel like that old GTX design for the 900 series and the 700 series.
Is that your favorite?
I wouldn't say my favorite, but I would say definitely just classy. Like I just like the way it looks. I just really wish the RGB or the GeForce lighting was white, but damn Jensen, just gotta shove that green down your throat. My first pick is the setup I had at my old place. So old place versus new place? All right, so here's his old setup. Okay, why did you do cable management there, but not there? See, this is what I was talking about with you really only need to soundproof where you're talking. And then the reflections of that. So there and then maybe equally on the other side of the walls and behind you. You don't have to fill it all up. Well, he definitely got an upgrade to flooring, that's for sure. I mean, they're both hardwood, but this looks real nice.
Good.
I'm a sucker for like blacks and grays. I really am. I mean, my flooring at home is gray. I like how he changed the shape of this a little bit, just to make it a little bit more of a design.
See, that's the thing about cable management though, is when you do 99% of it great, then the 1% sticks out, like that one cable that just kind of.
Do you know what I would do if this was my setup? And this is only because I don't have my electrician's license. However, I worked for many years with a C10 contractor. So I learned how to do many types of electrical work. If this were me, I would unplug this, kill power to this plug, and I would flip it upside down and put it back in the wall. That way this cable could come straight up. So you don't have this loop like that. If you know anyone that is able to do this without killing themselves, my recommendation would be flip this socket over. This would look just so much cleaner if you did that. That would be probably my only suggestion there.
It says best setup / worst presentation.
Dude, throw away your candy trash. Aw, it's German. From Matilda for Papa for Daddy.
Aw. Inside it just says throw away your candy trash. German.
All right, 9900K. Hey, we got all the Intels representing now. This is clearly a wall build. I like this. Very clean build. I like it. Cable management though, time to get yourself some sleeving material and maybe run these through a tube or something like that. And then it would just look a whole lot better. Like you could even do PVC pipe, to be honest. You could have PVC pipe coming up the corner right here if you didn't want to do a channel. It's painted white, it'll match the wall a little bit better, and then have them bloop, come out right into the computer. I feel like I'm a broken record with cable management, but it really does make or break a setup, truly. Why all the food? Look, I get it. I've had some long gaming sessions myself where I look around and I'm like, wow, you know, there's a few wrappers here, there's some tea cans, there's some bottles, there's always a bottle around, there's some empty stuff. But you know what I do when I'm done? Throw it away.
Also, those look like school textbooks holding the computer up, which means that's the most expensive computer stand ever.
Moving forward, I just clean up your room.
You just went full dad, like just straight up, that's the advice, is clean up your room, dude.
Like I'm not trying to, I don't want to roast anybody, but yeah. Digabit Gaming just Digibit just redid the wife's workplace space, AKA our bedroom. Whoa, family channel. Handmade the herringbone desktop myself. Ooh, nice, look at that. And this was my first hardline PC build as well. Let's see if I can get featured a second time. Oh, he was in the last one, wasn't he? I thought
yeah.
This guy's got setups like just down.
I like that he integrated the spacer feet into the desk, like the desk surface.
These look like they could just be basic like furniture feet. For anyone watching this, you can buy these. They're just furniture feet. And if you look at Amazon, look up furniture feet, couch feet, and you can find these in different types of wood material, dark wood, light wood, metal. And then they just have a hole through the middle that you can put a bolt through and bolt it to a table like this. So you don't have to go with like the round steel type like I did on my setup. You can go with something like this. What I like is the way this is a wall mounted monitor or desk mounted, but the arm is behind the computer hiding, which makes sense because you've got this window here and it would be very obvious if it was right there.
Dude, his attention to detail is insane.
This is a very calming type of setup.
I love that the monitor's centered in the window frame.
In the window, yeah. Like clearly they use the natural lines of the home to center everything on there.
That's good.
I'm a little jealous that his wife's a gamer though. My wife just does not do the games, does not do the computers.
Does not do the games.
Does not do the games, does not do the computers. My only critique on the setup though would be this bending to be a little longer right there, so it's parallel with the GP or with the radiator there. So it's probably vertical like that, right? So if this is the front of the computer, it's probably like that. Does that make sense? So this distance here probably needed to be longer. All right, you've been featured twice now. That's 2 for 2. You now, it's just like when you win a radio contest, you can't win again for a year.
Stop making good-looking setups.
Okay, here's a good-looking setup.
Ooh.
So again, these right here, who is this? This is Neil Jones. It's an 011 dynamic. Okay, fine. At least he's got custom bent tubing in here and didn't go with like the real, like the ones that you can buy that are like pre-designed to go in there. Waiting on RTX 3080 Ti to complete. Not long now. Keep up the fantastic work, Jay. He has a very good use of cable management here. He's got his power strip here with his plugs on there. Everything's kind of bundled up and coiled together. He's got a brick sitting right there. Everything is just neat and tidy and put away. I guess the real question would be, does it always look like this? His bends look fantastic. I like the fact that he just didn't do the traditional and then like right into the hole that's there for it. He decided to go up and grab a different one. So it has this nice, looks like traces, like electrical traces. I can see why people go with the dynamic. I really can. It's just, it's like 2020's trendy PC of the year.
Man, those bends look good. Jeez.
Yeah, his bends look absolutely fantastic.
If I could whistle, I'd whistle. Yep, there you go.
You can't whistle?
No.
What human can't whistle? What adult can't whistle? This is one of those, so this is clearly left to right is my girlfriend's PC and my PC. So hers is on the left, his is on the right. I think it's funny how much pride there is on like his parts and stuff. And then hers is just like
Oculus Quest.
Well, that's not too bad, I guess.
That's not bad.
Just, I mean, he used the same brackets Kyle did for a wall floating desk. Just cable management. Wow, cable managed this. Just cable management. Apparently I'm having a stroke. Oh wow, what is this? Okay, ROG Rampage 6EX Omega, 7820X, GTX 1080, EVGA G3 1000. This is an example of you don't have to have the latest hardware to have an awesome looking computer. People have this common misconception of you gotta have the latest hardware or your PC's crap, and that's not true. And that's why so many PC modders, like the professional modders out there that build like the full functioning like robot computers and stuff, usually don't have, they're sometimes 2 or 3 generations old on hardware because it's about the build and not about the components. Not to mention, let's face it, the Pascal cooler just, it looks so good, especially versus the RTX. And with this being open air, this blower cooler will have no problem cooling this. Is this custom made though? This setup, this is my setup and not straight from Google, learning from the best. Well, I don't know who you learned how to build this from, but it wasn't me. Look at the desk though. This is cool. This is such a clean, like this is a setup that with all the cove lighting, and this is what I'm missing in my office. And I want to do crown molding in my office, because remember I mentioned that when we were doing the build, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to do crown molding and I want there to be lighting across it, because look at this. I really hope it's smart controlled. Like, I hope we could walk in there and just be like, I'm home. And it's like, welcome home, Emil. What can I do for you today? I don't know, maybe some smooth jazz. Okay, Phantom Neo. This is, yeah, this is such a nice setup here. And he's got his dash switches. Now that would be awesome. Now, I do my sim racing in VR, so having physical switches that I would have to touch would kind of suck, although I'm pretty good even at my steering wheel in VR by touch, knowing where my thumb buttons are that I'm gonna use. But anything I've gotta reach forward and touch would not work for me in VR. And I can't do these surround setups like this personally, because once you've gone VR and racing sim, this just doesn't work anymore. The distance, your depth perception is just infinitely better in VR. So, and not to mention it takes up a lot less space with without multiple monitors. But you clearly care, because you've got a rug, you've got RGB lighting. I feel like I need to do something now for my sim. I need to up the ante in some way.
The rug is a good idea, and he found one that's like perfectly sized for it too.
Yeah. I love that he actually has the Sparko seat, like the stuff that comes with the Sparko seat, just dangling right there. Because this is a real racing seat. Yeah. And he's got an IMSA seat on, or logo on there. I really hope that he didn't just put the IMSA sticker on there because he's an IMSA fan. I think it'd be awesome if he actually drives an IMSA, but if he doesn't, whatever, I guess. Pretty dope setup. I don't know what this one cost, because it might make me want to redo mine.
At least oh my jeez.
Who built this? The Verge? This isn't a... I'm gonna keep saying it at the start of these videos. I don't want to roast you, but some of you are asking for it. The specs are solid. It's a 3950X. It's an X52 with the EK Vardar Evo fans. It's a 2070 with an overclock on it. It's 32 gigs of RAM. It's an X570 Pro 4 motherboard. Yeah, he knows. Who is this? Kyle? Kyle Barr. Okay, yeah, he's been following me for a long time. Kyle, I know what you're doing and I don't like it. Stop it. That doesn't count.
Yeah, dude, you have to build it, bro. You can't just...
Yeah, still waiting on my X570 Godlike. Okay, so we can't build it because he's waiting on the computer.
So we're just being
yeah, preemptive strike, man. You gotta wait till it's built. All right, here we go. We'll use this setup here. Okay, white cables and a white case with everything else kind of black, a slightly crooked Hyper 212 Evo, it looks like. The system is what it is. I mean, there's only so much effort you're honestly gonna put into an FX system, and that sounds kind of harsh to say, but that's really the truth. But you've got it mounted on this shelf right here that you installed, which is fine because it's clear that you don't have a lot of space. I can't see how much room space is over here. Oh, there's your cat. He's totally blended in down there. Similar to what I said earlier about putting a cable channel up the corner of the wall, you can go down to the hardware store and you can buy corner conduit. It's plastic, it's designed to hide cables, and it can paint to match. You clearly painted this room. Maybe you still have leftover paint. Maybe you know what color you used. You can get more paint. You could easily hide all of these cables. Because what you're doing right now is you've got some of them Velcroed to this and then they're just dangling down. You've got other ones not Velcroed to anything dangling down. And you could run that conduit right up the corner right here. And then have it maybe quit right about the first third of the computer. And then you could have these nice little arcs of cables coming out of there plugging into your system, which would then eliminate all this mess right here. That'd be my biggest suggestion for you. And then this just caught my attention. You know, Phil, I know you didn't start the trend, but I feel like ever since we did your build and then you showed this, like more and more people are doing this now, getting Raspberry Pi screens.
This is also one of the few setups that I've seen with sensor panel going where it's actually a lot of good information.
He's even got frame time.
Because a lot of people get like a 5-inch screen and then they just put like 3 gauges or they just run cam on it.
So, all right, time to get out of here, guys. I want there to be some, like I said, rhyme or reason to these videos. So I think what we need to do on the future versions of this is we need to have a theme. Show me your best water-cooled setups. Show me your cleanest setups. Show me your setups in the most need. That way we can kind of focus on what we're gonna talk about rather than sort of being all over the place. But if you guys like these videos, you know what to do. Hit like so that we know you guys wanna see more. Comment down below and or follow on Twitter, because Twitter is where we do this, because it's easy, as you saw, to just keep it in a thread and keep track of it. I don't have to go sifting through emails but I don't really do the Facebooks or the MySpaces or the Discords or any of that sort of stuff. I'm a boomer. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And remember, we don't roast you here, we teach you because we care.